welcome to session 7 of our beginner series. Today we're doing a seated practice, exploring the long holds. So we're just going to set ourselves up for our practice by getting ourselves nice and comfortable, seated on the ground. You will need a cushion for today's practice. We've got bolsters, but cushions or a rolled blanket is totally fine. So just take a couple of moments just to settle yourself down. Allow your spine to grow and close your eyes or have your gaze cast downwards. And just have a sense now that you're coming in, you're coming inside yourself. And have a sense of relaxing and softening. So we've been exploring our 6 keys to success. And today we are taking on this principle of Sangha. Sangha is a Sanskrit word for inspiring company, and essentially connecting and creating a life where everything that surrounds us and everything that we consume is conducive to raising our energy and keeping it high. So it's about being in relationships with people that raise us, that challenge us, that make us dig deeper in ourselves. But also it is a community of people that live truthfully. So we're going to bring that into our practice today, having a sense that we've shown up and we're going to bring our energy and we are going to raise our energy through our practice. So we take an inhale to raise the arms, bring the palms together. Exhale, we'll draw the hands to the heart as we just take a bow to ourselves for showing up. A bow to everyone who is also carrying out these practices. And a bow to the method of yoga. Namaste.
Namaste.
So we are going to start with our breathing practice, our dynamic breathing practice. So you can either stay seated or lie yourself down. Get yourself nice and comfortable, because what we're going to be doing today is we're almost upping the ante a little bit. We're doing a little bit more breathing. So we've been focusing on doing the double breath in the belly. And what we're going to do today is start to build the practice from the belly to chest, and in the chest, okay? So we'll start by taking 5 double breaths in the belly. Then we'll move the breath from the belly to the chest, and then 5 double breaths into the chest. So it sounds like this. So that's the belly to chest. Into the chest. So it's our awareness. We're essentially moving our breath around the body. We're engaging different muscles, and we're going to start to kind of increase our capacity to breathe. Okay, so get yourselves nice and relaxed. We'll start with 5 double breaths in the belly. Away we go. Belly to chest. Into the chest. Final breath. Empty your breath out. Now you're going to take a slow, steady breath in through the nose, filling your body with your inhale. Away we go. Our breath, exhale, soften, release. So now bring your awareness to focus on your feeling. Feel the energy that you stirred inside your body. Let go of the world. Your thinking. As you switch your focus to feeling. So we are oxygenating the body, and then we're engaging with our sympathetic nervous system, this kind of nervous system that's responsible for our activity and our threat response, our capacity to perform and engage. And we're also then releasing that through that exhale, coming into a stillness where we're actually starting to work with our parasympathetic nervous system. And then there's another phase of the practice where the CO2 in the body will start to rise if you haven't breathed already, as we start to nudge into an area of stress resilience. We're going to take a slow breath in through the nose now, filling our bodies up, and we'll hold for 12 seconds at the top of the breath. Away we go. Our breath to release. So that 15 double breaths has primed us to start to work with our challenge a little bit. And we're going to take 30 double breaths now. So we're starting to build up to a full breath practice. So it'll be 10 in the belly, 10 belly to chest, 10 in the chest. Now, we are pushing the edge here, there's a lot of ideas around yoga being about relaxation and all that kind of stuff. But actually what we're doing is we're nudging into areas of discomfort. And when we nudge with awareness into discomfort, we basically start to create greater levels of freedom in our system, that we can be with more. So it's down to you to discern, remember our discernment, what your body needs today. Okay, so if this breathing is too much for your system, dial it down, do it less lighter, less repetitions. But we're doing 30 breaths, starting in the belly, inhaling through the nose twice, and away we go. Belly to chest. into the chest. One at a time. Have your own journey. Two more. Final breath. And release. Empty to your roots. There'll be big energy as you take your inhale, filling up. Hold the breath for a few moments. Our breath to progressively soften inside. Be still in your body. Let go of your breathing. Direct your attention to feeling. So in life, there is actually only three things that we can control. The first one will be our breathing. The second, where we direct our attention, where we focus our energy. And the third is our body. And in this method, the way we practice, we work with our controllables. We work with our breath. We work with focusing our attention, training that ability to turn inwards. We're creating new neural pathways with where we direct our attention. And we're engaging our body. So we follow this thread of breathlessness deep into ourselves. We let go of our thinking, our ruminating. And in doing so, we come into present feeling. And when we're coming into present feeling, we're actually opening to our past. The past which is stored in the body. But simultaneously, we are gaining access to the fuel for our future. So this is hugely powerful. So we're going to take a slow breath together now, filling our bodies up with our inhale, stretching our boundaries as we hold for 12 seconds at the peak of the breath. Away we go. Our breath to release. So we have gained access to a deeper level of ourselves now. And we're going to now start to engage the body. So just gently, you're going to bring yourself up to your seat. We're going to start in our seated mountain. Grab your cushion nearby. And first of all, we're going to start to take on those whisper muscles in the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. As you breathe in, have a sense of expanding, and as you exhale, your whole body is learning to soften from the inside to the out. And this kind of plugs us into our deeper connectivity with life. So I'm going to pop the block on now, which is that 6-second breath rhythm. We take our inhale, filling up. Exhale to release. So take the time to get your breath in rhythm, focusing your attention on the feeling as you slowly start to make soft movements in the body, allowing the spine just to start to undulate. We're going to take our flying mountain on the inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale to soften. Inhale, you're going to reach up, stretch into the palms, open the chest. Exhale to release. 2 more pulses, shifting your gaze upwards. Exhaling as you melt. So we don't go at any of the postures. We work patiently as we start to break down our past, this kind of tension in the body that we meet. 1 more breath. Inhaling to lift. And then we're going to come into a seated forward bend on the exhale. We're going to allow ourselves to gently come forwards. Inhale to lift, open the chest. Exhaling as you start to allow your chin to tuck in towards your chest. You'll feel a progressive let go into the back. So for some of you, it may be just a neck movement that pulls the spinal column. For others, it may be a full seated bow. So you can either have the legs in that diamond shape, or if you have got movement of your legs, you can have the legs straight or bending into knees. But what we're focusing on is we're focusing on our spine. On that inhale, there's a drawing upwards, and on that exhale, there is a lengthening out as a forward bow. So we are giving this posture a little bit of time. This is why we call them long holds. We're working with some big muscle groups, which will then give a lot of feedback, a lot of body sensation, usually in the spine. We're going to take 2 more pulses. So a forward bow is naturally more soothing. You're softening your heart, your belly. We're working with what we call Ida Nadi, which is, we talked about the energy channels in the body in yoga in our previous sessions. 1 more pulse. And we're going to come into an adapted table. So inhale, we're going to raise the arms up. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands forwards in front of us and slide them back behind us. So you want to slide up onto your cushion or your bolster. And then on your next inhale, you're going to see if you can lift into the chest. Some of you may be able to lift the hips up. And we're pulsing. So the exhale softens. You allow your hips to drop. And the inhale finds that engagement lifting and opening the chest, sending the head back. So we are reversing our seated forward bow. We're bringing that energy up the front body on the inhale. And on the exhale, we are softening, we're letting go. We're going to take 2 more pulses, inhaling to open. Exhaling to release. Inhaling to lift up. As you exhale, you soften the hips down, and we're going to make a turn now to cobra. Okay, so this may take a couple of breaths. You're going to slowly bring yourself up, sliding off your bolster. See if you can stay in your breath rhythm, even in the transition. Okay, so you soften, you flip yourself over gently if you can. So you're going to go in soft, easy, connecting to Sukha. And then the inhale is going to draw the chest open, lifting up, coming into our cobra. So we're rolling the heads of the shoulders back on the inhale. But because we don't fix anything, it enables us to be sustainable. So that inhale, you bring that life energy up through your front body into the brain. And then that exhale, you're able to let go. You almost come down to the floor. Because it takes time to build this strength in the wrist, in the upper body. And we're working with our tension, our edges. We're going to take another 2 pulses here. So if you find full cobra difficult or it's just not available, you can do it on your elbows. You can have the arms further out in front of you. Final breath here, inhaling. Soften on your exhale down. And then you're going to make your turn back to your seated position. So you can either come onto your bolster or you can remain seated. And what we want to do is we want to reverse that cobra. Okay, so we're going to take an inhale to lift up. And then exhale, we're going to curl the spine into our cat tilt. So we're curling the spine, stretching. And then the inhale, you're going to open the spine into dog tilt, looking up. Exhale, 1 more. Cat tilt. So you're feeling the webbing of your back open. Inhale, you're going to draw the heart open. Exhale, we're just going to come into a forward bow again, lightly coming forwards. And then on the next inhale, we're going to come up and we're going to prepare ourselves for a spinal twist. So I'd recommend sitting on your bolster if you haven't already. Having your legs out into that diamond shape is always really helpful. But what we want to do is have a sense of length in the spine as we bring the right hand behind us, and on the inhale, raise the left arm up. Exhale, you're going to turn, so you can bring that left hand to the outer edge of your thigh, and then we're pulsing, we're drawing up. Exhale, you're going to find a squeeze. So for some of us, we're not able to fully move the torso. You can use your neck, making a slight turn. Basically, you want to go to an edge. You don't want to go beyond that edge because that tends to have a ping back in the body, and we tend to transfer tension rather than break it down. So for some of us, we may be able to deepen, finding that ring out of the spine, having a sense of drawing the heart open, turning the shoulders. We're going to take 1 more pulse here. Finding the lift on that inhale. And the exhale to squeeze. It'll be an inhale that brings us back to center. Exhale to prepare your arms, so bringing the left hand behind you. Inhaling the right arm up. Opening the ribs. Exhale to make your turn. So we want to go to a gentle edge, but then we'll have to kind of back off on the inhale to get the breath in nice and smoothly. And then use that exhale to squeeze. So we have these principles of sukha, easiness, spanda, working with our pulse, our edges, lila, having a sense of willingness to kind of play, willingness to work against those edges gently. But we also have this principle called purna. Purna is about finding the right path for you, that kind of perfect path for you today. One more pulse. Final squeeze. As the inhale is going to bring us back to center. Exhale, we're going to take a forward bow just to draw the spine in alignment. Inhale, going to raise the arms above the head. Exhale, we're going to draw the hands to the heart. We're going to drop our breath. And we're going to take a slow breath in through the nose. Our breath out through the mouth. Bring yourself, your awareness into your body. Into that new spine that you've created. Working with those controllables of breath, directing your attention and body. So we're now ready to lie ourselves down on our back for our practice of Shavasana, or the Shavasana Kriya. Grab any cushions or blankets you need to ensure you don't get too cold. Have the palms open and up to the sky. Close the eyes and just notice if you fidget. There's no judgment in that, but just notice if the body is restless. The body immediately goes out to the external. And it's reminding ourselves that we can observe ourselves without judgment. That our systems are in a process. So we're going to take 15 double breaths like we did at the beginning of the practice. 5 in the belly, 5 belly to chest, 5 in the chest. Okay? Away we go. Belly to chest. Into the chest. One breath. Let it go. Now you're going to fill up your life energy, power up through your inhale. Our breath, soften, let go. And bring your mind into the energy in the toe tips, roots of toes, soles of feet, ankles, calves, knee joints, thighs, buttocks, hips, pelvic floor, lower abdomen, small of your back, upper abdomen, middle back, chest, upper back, shoulders, fingertips, roots of your fingers, palms, backs of your hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, tops of arms, neck, jaw, chin, back of head, cheeks, nose, eyes, temples, forehead, eyebrow center, center of your brain, crown of your head. Feel the crown of your head. Now we're going to take a slow, progressive inhale, gently filling ourselves up with our breath, and hold for 12 seconds at the top of the breath. Away we go. Our breath. Release your grip on your physical body. Open to your whole body. Whole body. So we have influenced our nervous system with our practice. And our nervous systems are really running the show in our lives. And yet, so few of us truly understand what that is. But our nervous systems are heavily influenced by our breathing and where we can direct our attention and how we can engage our body mindfully. So we're just going to gently raise ourselves up, keeping the eyes closed, staying inside yourself, not picking up any thoughts. Again, directing our awareness to ourselves. And this isn't about being selfish, this is about being able to be with ourselves. As we take an inhale, we're going to raise the palms above the head. Coming into our Namaste Kriya as we exhale and draw the hands to the heart, the symbol of unifying our nervous system. As we bow to ourselves for showing up, a bow to each other, those that have also practiced together, and a bow to the method, the living yoga method. Namaste.
Namaste.